Hi, First Ascents friends. This is Sprinkles, and we're here with a live mindful moment. For the month of May, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, which is a big theme, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're going to do a mental health awareness check-in in just a moment. And then Jelly is going to be teaching a mantra meditation. So that's going to be the actual mindful moment. So, with mental health, that's all up in the mind and in the head. And then we have our physical health too. And so when you're navigating a serious health condition, our bodies tend to speak to us, right? They get really loud and they say, okay, this hurts, or I feel this here. And it becomes pretty obvious that we need to do something to get healthy. But it's a little more challenging sometimes with mental health because we can get so caught up in our head, and when we're in our head, we're not really in our body. So we don't feel the things that are going on. And so it is a little bit harder to detect. And sometimes our physical challenges, like navigating a serious health condition, can lead towards having mental health struggles. Because if you are struggling in your physical body, then it could create tension in the mind. But we can also have mental health struggles when we're not struggling physically. So, mindfulness, and that's bringing it all back to the mindfulness, is being aware in the present moment of the whole self. That's our body, our mind, as well as our spirit and our soul, like this heart center that we carry. And we want to try to create balance there. So, let's go ahead and take a moment and see where we are on the continuum of our mental health. We're going to close down our eyes, and this is just going to take about 2 minutes. And start to just kind of settle into your chair and feel the weight of your body pressing down. Feel yourself arriving into this space. And just start to notice your breath flowing through you. We're not going to do anything here. We're just going to observe what starts to pop up. As you get quiet, you may notice thoughts are starting to pop in your mind and then pop back out. They may not seem coherent, but just notice. Notice how the thoughts that are in your mind might be making you feel right now. I'll invite you to join me in taking a deep breath in through your nose, sigh it out through your mouth, and this time inhale presence, exhale peace. Inhale presence, exhale peace. Inhale presence, exhale peace. Now just take a moment to notice how you feel after that simple breathing with one word attached to it. You can blink open your eyes. And if you're comfortable typing something in the chat of what came up for you or how you felt, could be during when the thoughts were going through your head, or it could be something that came up for you when you were breathing and saying inhale presence, exhale peace. Serenity now. Yeah. Notice how tight my ribs feel. So we took a moment to just kind of draw inward, and sometimes we don't even notice the tension we're carrying in the body, right? I'm seeing some calm, the serenity now, realizing you're more aware of your body now that we've taken that time, right? So, what that tells me is it's twofold. Slowing down gets us into our body. It helps us to experience things, it helps us to be mindful and aware of how we're feeling and what we need. And then two, when we take a moment to just simply say something like presence and peace, it calms down the mind. And that's called mantra. Mantra is the words that we're saying in our mind as we're breathing. And it's similar to like, think about a puppy, right? That's running around. It's a little bit busy and frantic, like, or a dog. We all know what that, or any kind of animal like that. And they're just like busy. And then all of a sudden, you give that puppy a bone and it goes and sits down and it's very focused on the bone and it's very calm, right? It's not running around all crazy anymore. And so mantra is similar to that. It's like giving our mind a bone to chew on so that the mind doesn't just keep circulating our thoughts. So hopefully that little exercise kind of teaches you. It's like I just gave you a bone to try what on for size, what we're going to be doing. Now, Jelly is going to take us into a longer meditation that involves mantra. And this will lead you into an even greater sense of peace and calm.
Awesome. Thanks, Sprinkles. Yeah, so that was a great intro to what we're about to practice. In the past couple months, we've been practicing a lot of breath meditation. So, anchoring to the present moment using our breath. We've done some body scans, so that's using our body. And now this month, we're going to practice using our words because, like Sprinkles mentioned, it can be a bit of a heavier anchor sometimes if you need to have that bone or that thing to gnaw on to kind of get your thinking mind to focus on one thing. So we're gonna do this by repeating these phrases on our inhales and exhales, and I'm gonna cue them, and you guys can say them silently to yourselves as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then as we go through the meditation, we're gonna drop it down to the shorter one word mantra, similar to what Sprinkles just practiced with us. So one thing I'll say is everyone breathes at different paces. I'll do my best to kind of keep it pretty steady, but if it creates any stress for you at all, just ignore my cueing and go at your own pace with your words and your breath. And if you forget the words, it doesn't matter. You can say whatever words you want to yourself. So, with that being said, we'll just get into our meditation posture. This can be laying down or sitting up, just make sure that you have room to breathe. And you can let your eyes close if that feels good, or you can just let your eyes stare gently at the floor in front of you if that's better. And just allow your awareness to settle in on your breath. Where do you most specifically feel your breath right now? Is that the tip of your nose, or the back of your throat, or the rise and fall of your chest or belly? Doesn't matter where it is, just let your awareness settle in on that point. And as you continue to watch your breath, we're going to begin to link the lines of our mantra to our breathing. So as we inhale, I know I'm breathing in. As we exhale, I know I am breathing out. I calm my body and my mind I smile. I dwell in the present moment. Exhale. I know this is a precious moment. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. I calm my body and my mind. I smile. I dwell in the present moment. I know this is a precious moment. I know I'm breathing in. I know I am breathing out. I calm my body and my mind. I smile. I dwell in the present moment. I know this is a precious moment. I know I am breathing in. I know I am breathing out. I calm my body and my mind. I smile. I dwell in the present moment. I know this is a precious moment. You can keep on repeating these phrases silently to yourself at your own pace. And don't worry if you get lost in any of the phrases, you can start over wherever you need. See what happens if you bring a smile to your face when you say to yourself, I smile on your exhale. How does that feel in your body? Now we're going to drop it down to just one word for each phrase, linking it to our inhales and our exhales. So, in your next inhale, just think to yourself in and exhale out. Inhale, calming. Exhale, smiling. Inhale, present moment. Exhale, precious moment. Inhale, in. Exhale, out. Inhale, calming. Exhale, smiling. Inhale, present moment. Exhale, precious moment. And keep repeating these silently to yourself at your own pace. And if your mind wanders, just come back to your breath and your words. And notice what happens in your body when you smile. Now we're going to see if we can drop the words all together and just focus on your breath for the last few rounds here. And just watching your body inhale and exhale. Your chest rise and fall. And when you're ready, you can bring some movement back to your fingers and toes. Flutter the eyes open. Take a big stretch. And you can return to the group. What did
As you
I?
will. Before you mention the questions, Shelly, I just wanted to mention like the benefits to mental health with the mantra because I think I forgot to say that as part of the intro. I think as everyone is starting to realize how that affected you, and you can start to form your own words. I know Jelly is going to ask about like how that felt to you. Just notice how what was going on with your mental thoughts as you were using the mantra. So it's this idea that as our thoughts kind of we can run away with them sometimes. Um, we can get like whisked down the river, and Jelly will kind of explain that. I think that the thoughts can control us. And when we use mantra, it helps us to then put our thoughts somewhere else and helps us with our own mental health.